Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're going to be taking a look at 4 basic sets from the Imaginext DC Super Friends theme. I have Darkseid and Minion, Steel and Metallo, Captain Cold and Ice Cannon, and Red Robin. And these are just kind of these basic packs that I've kind of collected here and there. You can see this one has a clearance sticker from Target. I think I also got this one on sale at Target a while ago. I think this was a Walmart find because it's a little bit older, and then this was part of the Toys R Us liquidation that's going on right now. So I thought I would do them all together since they're all from the DC Super Friends line. You can tell this one's a little bit older because the DC Super Friends logo is slightly different than on the other ones. But yeah, so we'll just take a quick look at the packaging here. Here's Red Robin. You can see he comes with this glider, 2 projectiles. Taking a look at the back, you have the cool group shot. It says, "Is this Robin's sidekick to Batman? No, this is Red Robin, a DC superhero in his own right." I believe this Red Robin is when Tim Drake Robin gets a little bit older, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not super up on my DC comics, but here we have Captain Cold and Ice Cannon. Captain Cold's very cool. I like his crazy glasses, his goggles that he wears. Reminds me of Krang from Ninja Turtles. And then he's got this kind of giant ice cannon. This ice ball is very similar to the ones that come with the Yeti sets, if you guys are familiar at all with that. And you can see the sets down here are a little bit different, and the packaging is a little bit different as far as the group shot. Newer version of the Batcave on this one. Got the Penguin sub. I really like this version of the Batcave, or the Batmobile. The Batcave is pretty cool too. And then I believe these are going to have the same kind of backs that... Oh no, this is an even different set of pictures. You have the superhero flight city. This weird Batman gauntlet thing. What will make Metallo crumble? Hit Metallo and watch him crumble. Well, there you go. Just hitting him, apparently. I don't know if I looked at the back for Captain Cold. Will Captain Cold put Batman in a deep freeze? And then the last set here is Darkseid and Minion. And it says, "Who's the single most dangerous villain in the universe?" You guessed it. It's Darkseid. And this even has, this has Shazam and Tiger, Red Tornado. A couple of other guys available there. So, pretty cool. I was very excited to pick these up. I'm going to go ahead and get them all out of the packaging here so we can take a closer look. So here are all the figures out of the packaging. I'm going to start over here with the Parademon. I think they did a great job with this. I love that Darkseid comes with a Parademon. I kind of wish they made like little 3 Parademon packs, kind of the way they did with the Putty Patrollers, just so you could army build a little bit. But yeah, really nice detail and design on the face here. Head can move from side to side. You have the typical shoulder joints, wrist swivel, bend at the waist. But I think the color scheme looks good. I think the design, everything for this guy is pretty cool. I like his wings on the back. I think that's a really nice touch. Really cool design there. So like I said, the only problem is I wish they sold 3 of these in a pack so you could army build a little bit. Taking a look at Darkseid, I think he looks awesome. And the cool thing about Darkseid is he's taller than most of the other figures, as you can see. And that just kind of gives him more of a grandiose presence. He's got the same articulation as all the figures, but he's just more imposing. I love how tall he is. I think they did a great job. I know they did another... Oh man, I just realized mine's got some paint mess up on the back there. It's a bit of a bummer. But you can see the belt's painted very nice silver. Just has a little bit of silver paint on the back. I might be able to scrape that off, actually. Yeah, it already looks like it's coming off, actually. So I'll fix that later. But, yeah, I think he looks really good. What I was saying was they did make an earlier version of Darkseid that I think came in a 2-pack with Superman. I kind of like the coloring on that one a little bit more. It seems a little bit more defined, but I love the fact that this guy is bigger and just overall seems more imposing. So I really love that about that figure. The next 2-pack is Steel and Metallo. I love this Steel figure. I think they did a great job with the design of Steel. His hammer is pretty huge, and it's actually got a decent weight to it. I mean, it's not heavy, but it feels a lot heftier than you would expect. And the figure, as a result, has a little bit of difficulty. Like, if you were to hold it up, he can hold it, but it would certainly make him top heavy so that he would fall forward. So you kind of have to keep it down low a little bit to distribute the weight a little better. Almost so that it's like touching the ground. But I'm going to take the hammer out of his hand just for a minute so you can appreciate the figure, because they did a great job. Really did a great job. I love the metal S on the chest. My cape's a little bit off to the side, but not a big deal. Nice cloth cape. He has all the same articulation as any other figure. Neck, shoulder, wrist, waist. But yeah, just really nice paint. Sharp silver paint. Looks great with the dark gray. You can see like the rivets in the helmet. It's just great detailing. And the cape looks really cool. And I love the hammer. Now, here's Metallo, and he's a little weird. Visually, he looks great. You can see the kryptonite in his chest. It bleeds through like the eyes and the parts of the mouth. So visually, I think he looks cool. The arms can move around like this. There's no out to the side shoulder movement, but he does have the wrist swivel. He's got the waist swivel. But he's got this gimmick where you're supposed to hit him and he falls apart like this. But I don't remember Metallo ever really doing this. Metallo is supposed to be made out of like a really indestructible metal. The same stuff that Steel's suit and hammer are made out of. So I don't know why he would crack open. He's not like a skeleton inside. He just has a piece of kryptonite in his chest that powers him. So I don't know. I feel like this play feature doesn't make sense. And unfortunately mine doesn't hold together all that well. So, I don't know. We'll see. I still see a couple of those. There's another version of Metallo where he's half man, half machine. Like he showed up on the cartoon a lot. Where, you know, parts of his fake skin would get ripped away to show the robot underneath. And there was a version of him with a Superman that was a 2-pack. And came with a kind of strange gun weapon type thing for Superman. But I might try... Oops, I gave the hammer to the wrong guy. I might try to pick that up because I still kind of see that at Toys R Us sometimes with them closing, so it would be kind of cheap. But yeah, I don't know. This version of Metallo is not terrible, but not great. But it's worth it just to get the Steel figure because they did a really great job with him. I think he looks absolutely fantastic. Move that hammer down there. Alright, next up we have Red Robin with his backpack. So you can see I clipped him in already. Obviously he does not come clipped in. You can go ahead and push the wings in and they will stay. The wing releases are right here. These little red buttons. So you hit that, hit that. So he's like this. And then when he wants to take off, you hit the buttons. The wings expand and then you can fly around. You can see he comes with 2 projectiles, which if you hit this red button on the back, they actually fire really well. They really fly off of there. And then you just have to take them off of there. And you can see it just kind of snaps around him. Just want to be careful with the cape because you don't want to tear it. So what I kind of do is bunch it up and put that inside first. And then pop it on. Just so you don't tear it or anything. But then, you know, it pops on and off very easily. So I'm going to you just load the projectiles back in. Now the funny thing is the projectiles only have 3 kind of... I don't know, what do you call those? Quill? I'm not quite sure. The other one has the Imaginext symbol, so I like to put them on the bottom. It doesn't really matter. You can put them either way. I like to just load them in like this. So they load in pretty easily. And then you can just fire them again by hitting the red button. Close up the wings. So taking a look at Red Robin himself, looks pretty good. I think they did a really nice job. Like I said, from what I remember from the comics, when Tim Drake gets a little bit too old and doesn't want to just be Robin anymore, he goes by Red Robin and changes the costume slightly. But yeah, standard articulation. The mask, I think, is painted very nicely. Cape looks good. My cape has a run in it or something. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, I think it's a little bit of glue or something. Again, I'll have to take a look at that later. But yes, definitely a very cool figure. I like this one a lot. I think the backpack is pretty cool, but I think the figure is definitely the highlight for this set. But I'm going to go ahead, put his backpack back on, and sit him over here. And last, but certainly not least, we have one of my favorite figures from this 4 set, Captain Cold. and I think they did a great job with him. I love the way his gun pegs into his backpack like that. You just go ahead and take that off, and then it bends around, and you put it into his fist. Clips in pretty easily, and then you can just extend it. It takes a little bit of time because this plastic kind of gets molded into one position, but you can see now he's got his cool cold gun. Like I said, I love his glasses. I think that's really cool. He's got standard articulation. But yeah, he looks great. Really, really happy with this guy. And then you can take this off, put it back on his back, and you can take this whole piece off. And you can see he's got this cool design here on his chest. And he's bald, apparently. So probably wants to keep that on. And then the accessory he comes with is this giant cannon, which is kind of similar to something you'd get with the Yeti sets. You have this kind of ski base here, and then you load in the one giant snowball, and you just press this button on top. So that actually fires pretty well. You just pop it back in, you hear the click, and then it really flies out of there. So they did a nice job with that. And then it looks like it's got controls here, so if you have his gun on his back, you can make it look like he is... Now, I'm not sure if he's supposed to... I think he's supposed to ride this. So if you bend the legs a little bit, and then he can kind of sit on this, you can see that there's a spot for his feet. And then you can clip the hands in to the controls. So that's cool. I thought he was just supposed to stand at it and control it. I didn't realize he's supposed to ride it. That makes it even cooler. I really like this one. This one's my favorite from the set of 4. I mean, they're all very good. Steel is probably, I don't know. Doomsday. Not Doomsday. Darkseid. Doomsday's a much bigger figure. Darkseid's pretty cool too. It's a good set of 4, I have to say. All 4 of these sets are pretty excellent. My least favorite figure is the Metallo, just because the gimmick doesn't work that well. But I think this is definitely a great set. This is a great set. Red Robin is fun, and I love Steel. Metallo is just kind of... And he's not bad. He's really not bad. He's just easily not my favorite. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Tell me which one of these is your favorite. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I hope you guys enjoyed this look at all these Imaginext figures. Red Robin, Darkseid and Minion, Steel and Metallo, and Captain Cold and Ice Cannon. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.